So, we have Hearthstone yesterday said there is a patch 21.3 coming Tuesday. Keep your eyes peeled for the patch notes featuring changes to constructed battlegrounds early next week, while also answering some popular questions about mercenaries. And they have a picture of Selective Breeder as their the cover for this, which is a hint that obviously Selective Breeder could be hit. So this isn't much information, but then Alec Dawson, which is one of the guys who works on the Hearthstone team, mentioned basically there's going to be 5 nerfs to Warlock, Shaman, Demon Hunter. We'll have 1 redesigned card for Priest. We'll have 1 ban Warlock, so it's pretty spicy of them to just ban Warlock. That's a pretty bold move. So Warlock's just getting banned from existence. And then we have 7 buffs. So we actually have more buffs than nerfs. And we have Hunter, Mage, and Warrior in that list. The nerfs are looking to slow things down further. Buffs are looking at recent archetypes that didn't hit as well as we want. And mix of light plus medium changes. So light plus medium changes. And recent archetypes that didn't hit as well as we wanted. So for Hunter, we have probably maybe either Quest Hunter or like Beast Hunter, given that Selective Breeder was picked and he's like a beast card. We have Mage. The Quest Mage seems perfectly fine. They did, however, print like a Fire Mage card this expansion that has seen no play, like that the Archmage card. So maybe some sort of like Fire Mage gets buffed. And then we have Warrior, which Warrior doesn't exist in this current meta. And whether it be Big Warrior, Quest Warrior, or Quest Pirate Warrior, or Control Warrior, whatever Warrior, it doesn't exist at all. So Warrior maybe gets like, I'm assuming there's like obviously 2, 2, and then 3. So maybe Warrior gets like 3 buffs. But let's take some guesses at to what it could be. For Warlock, 5 nerfs. It's definitely probably going to be 5 nerfs between Warlock, Shaman, Demon Hunter. So for Warlock, Rod, I don't think they're gonna touch Giants again. So it's probably Rod, Backfire, and I don't know. I can tell you one of them's probably Rod. Rod seems way too good. But looking at the Warlock, I mean, I just don't see, they said light to medium changes, which means I don't think they're changing the quest. Like, if we were to see, maybe, I don't know, because to me, all of the quests need to be 7 mana, 7/7s. I think 5 mana for the quest reward is too cheap. I think 5 mana for the quest reward is too cheap. So, so unless they're gonna touch the quest and make it harder to complete or increase the mana cost, which I mean, that's a pretty big change in my opinion. That wouldn't really be a medium change. It's got to be Rod. I wouldn't, yeah, it's definitely Rod, and then it's Raised Dead or some change to the quest, but I don't think they said medium to light. When you, it would be, that would be a big change. That's not, if you're changing how the entire quest works or any mechanic in the quest, that is not a light to medium change. So that's for Warlock. For Shaman, fuck Shaman quest. That shit's obnoxious. Let's take a look at Quest Shaman. I don't even know what they would change in Shaman. Slogger to being a 5/4. Maybe Pep Flame. Guidance maybe. So I'm thinking maybe Slogger and Pep Flame. Slogger, it always just seemed too good. I don't like it just being an auto include. Or mana 6/4 for Rush Light. Like, how do you just not play this? Like, I think a 5/4 is more than enough. But yeah, I think Guidance, Slogger, Pet Flame, Guidance. I think those are the annoying cards. I also hate Bloom, but like that's a dual class card, so. And Charge Call at 4 mana. I could see this at 4 mana too. I don't like Charge Call at all. It's just too much. Yeah, I think Charge Call 4 mana works. Slogger at 5 attack. Pet Flame, they just, what do they put it, 2 or 3 mana? Probably 2 mana. I don't even think, like, if you could still get it from Wand Maker, that's fine. I don't really care about that. I just don't think you should be able to pay 1 mana and then unoverload everything. You paid 1 mana, you killed everything on your opponent's side, and you paid no disadvantage to it. Because you're just gonna get rid of all of those unoverloaded mana crystals with Overdraft or the quest. Like, you don't pay the price of playing this card. at all. There's no price to be paid when you play this card for 1 mana. So just make it, either more mana or like, and they're not getting rid of Overdraft. So yeah, those are my, so it's gonna be 2 of those 4 hits. It's Slogger, Pep, Guidance, or Charge Call. And I don't think they'll touch Guidance. So it's kind of between Charge Call, Pep, and Canal Slogger for Shaman. And again, light to medium. I'm not anticipating quest changes. If they would have said heavy changes, I would 100% think that they're gonna change around how the quest works. But because they're saying light to medium, I just don't see the mechanics of the quest being changed. You know what I mean? Like whatever the reward, I don't think the reward cost is going up, even though I really wish it would. I don't think they're changing how many it takes, or you know what I mean, how many steps there are. So I mean, you can change a quest and it'll be light to medium unless they change the whole quest. I don't think so. I don't consider I don't think a medium change to the quest. I think that's a big change. If you're changing the quest, that changes everything. I'm just saying light to medium, so I don't think there's gonna be quest changes. Could be wrong though. The DH, Brute. They're changing Brute. For sure. Brute, they're gonna make the thing cost more mana. I don't know how many games my opponent has turn 3 or turn 4 and they play 3 Brutes against me. So they just make Brute cost more mana, just like they did Giant. That's easy. I don't think they're changing Loganoth again. I don't think they're changing Guide. I think Brute is the only change in the DH deck. Because you'll have 2 Shaman, 2 Warlocks, and 1 DH change for a total of 5 nerfs, and it's gonna be Brute, 100%. They don't not change Brute. Redesign Priest, that's easy. Mind Render. There's not just one card. I mean, you think of the one priest card everybody hates, and it's the one everybody's been complaining about forever, and it's Mind Render. Mind Render has to get changed. And also, previously, the dev said she had a bigger target on her back now than ever, and that was like a week or 2 ago. So that's Mind Render. That's an easy call. If it's not Mind Render, I'm gonna be so surprised. Like we said, it could be Raise Dead. Raise Dead could be in there, but I don't think they're redesigning Raise Dead. I think they're just gonna change around Mind Render, and I don't think you're gonna be able to. I don't think your opponent's like giving your opponent non-existent turns for 3 mana doesn't work. How do you redesign her? Whatever they do to change her, it will make it so your opponent's hand doesn't change. You don't get to fuck with your opponent's entire hand for 3 mana. So whether she turns into a value card or she turns into like play a minion from your opponent's hand, like a dirty rat kind of thing, but to take control of the entirety of the opponent's hand for 3 mana is that is not. So maybe she'll cost more mana and you can take control of your opponent's hand, but then she's less impactful because you won't be able to play as many cards, or I don't know, for as many cards as in your opponent's hand do something. I don't know. It'll be something that has to do with your opponent's hand, but it will no longer disrupt their entire turn. I think that's fucking broken. They've got to change that. So that's what I'm assuming is the redesign. Steal 1 card from your opponent's hand, that could be it. Honestly, a 3 mana 1/3, take one of your opponent's cards from their hand. Something like Star Student. So instead of returning it to the deck, you take it. I think that's not a bad suggestion either. That's still really fucking annoying. Apparently Warlock's getting banned. So all of your prayers have been heard. All of your prayers have been heard. They're banning Warlock. 1 ban of the Warlock class coming up. So that's a pretty easy one here. I think the ban means in Wild, so Demon Seed most likely. Wild is still constructed. Okay, so I guess they would have to say standard format for it to only mean standard, but if they say constructed, it just means both formats. Okay, well, if that's it, then it's probably Demon Seed's banned in Wild. All right, well, if that's the case, then if what you said is the case, then this is Demon Seed's banned in Wild, yeah. I'm assuming Selective Breeder is gonna be a Hunter card. So I'm guessing like 2, 2, and 3. Because Mage already sees some play, Hunter already sees some play, Warrior sees no play. So for Hunter, there's a Breeder, and then what other Hunter card? Just give it better stats, probably. Right now it's a 2 mana 1/1, so it's probably gonna be like a 2 mana 1/2. They'll probably give it like 1 or 2 stats. Maybe it's a 2/1, make it a little bit more aggressive. I don't think they'd make it a 2 mana 2/2. That seems fucking broken. So it's either going to be a 2-1 or like a 1-2. And its ability is probably going to stay the same. It's probably just a buff to stats. It could be they could give that rat card rush. Yeah, I think that rats have extraordinary sides. These rats need rush. Oh yeah, this is a new weapon. After 3 friendly beast drives, draw a beast and give it +1/+1. Buff this. So make it like 2 beasts die. At 1 mana, I feel like it'd be a little too good. But it's a, like, hunters have other weapons. Seems like it'd be pretty good if it got buffed. I don't think so, right, though? I mean, it would go along with the selective breeder, because the selective breeder is in a beast deck, and this is beasts, but like, I don't know. Do we really want to play a beast hunter deck? I guess, I mean, the Piper's beast too. I don't know. We'll have to see. Hunter is a weird one, because hunter always, a face hunter is just always the best hunter. And anything that isn't face hunter is bad. I mean, there's quest hunter, but what is quest hunter but not of a slower face hunter deck? For mage, 2 mage buffs, huh? Well, this card sees no fucking play. This card sees no play. This card sees no play. This card sees no play. I don't even know how you change this new legendary to make them playable. If you cast a fire spell on each of your last 3 turns, cast 3 fireballs. What do you make it 4? What do you make them 7 mana? Make it 2 spells? Instead of 3 turns, it's 2 turns? Yeah, maybe we'll see that. 4 turns and 4 fireballs? I think that just makes it work. Or worse. It either needs to be 4 fireballs for 3, or 2 turns for 3 fireballs. I think 3 turns is too much. I reckon mage will be getting more big spells in the future. I would hope so when they print cards like Battlecry, cast like high cost spell from your deck. Wildfire? I mean, that would fit Fire Mage. But like making Wildfire cost 1 mana, I feel like is that might be a little insane. I feel like Wildfire for 1 mana could be a little insane. Yeah, Mage is kind of hard for, because Quest Mage is already so good. And then we have Warrior. So Warrior, I like this one a little bit more because I have a better idea. We've played a little bit more Warrior than Mage. For this one, if they do change the quest around, it could be, because Warrior needs 3, 2, and 2. I think 2, 2, and 2 is fine. But again, they said light to medium nerf, so I don't think they're changing the quests. So I would like to see it 2, 2, 2, just because playing minions is hard. What doesn't work in the deck? Scamp is really good. Cargo Guard is really good. This card needs to do 3 attack. This needs to be a 3 mana 3/3, deal 3. This needs to give +3 attack. The 2 attack is trash. It's trash. This needs to have +3 attack. 100% this has to be a change. For this card specifically. I don't know if it's going to be attack, but I hope it's the attack. This card needs to be changed. This card needs to be better. This card is absolute shit. We can see this probably get changed. It could give the 2/1 Mex Rush. That would actually make this maybe playable, but probably still not even playable. But this card, I think stat line is fine. Also, it's after this takes damage. So any damage this takes, it shuffles the 2 cards into your deck. So it's not like Frenzy where it only procs once. You can proc this a bunch of times. For Big Warrior, I mean, I don't think changing the stats line of this, like, I just don't see how I don't think they changed this at all. There's no reason. They can make this an 8/2, like the Demon Hunter guy. These, you know, the 6 mana 8/2 Demon Hunter, pull a Demon Hunter from your deck, so this could be a little bit more competitive. Like, we could see this go to an 8/2 for 6 mana, just like I said, the Demon Hunter one. I don't think Lothar gets, I don't think this gets changed. Grunt to 5. Grunt to 5 would be huge. Or 8/3. Yeah, 8/3 is fine. I just think a 6 mana 6/2 is dog shit. Like, this is a joke. Like, if the other one at 8/3 sees no play, why the fuck would this see play? I mean, it does a little bit, but it's trash. This guy is trash too. Like, he doesn't even have rush. This should just be whenever, this should say, whenever this attacks an enemy minion, if it dies, gain +3/+3. And this also should have rush. So this needs to be a 7 mana 7/7 rush. Whenever this kills a minion, get 3/+3, and also at the end of the turn it attacks. This needs all of those abilities. This needs to possibly be able to get 6/6. If it attacks, kills a minion, and then attacks again and kills a minion. This should get 6/6 to make Grandpa Bill competitive. 1 mana Lothar. Yes, a 1 mana 7/7 rush at the end of your turn. It also attack, and it gets 3/3 per 1. Perfect. 1 mana 7/7 gets 6/6 in stats. Might as well give it Trample too. Let's give it Divine Shield. Let's give it Taunt. Yeah, so with 3 changes, I see a Pirate, maybe this guy, and Big Warrior. So those three changes. I don't, or it could be 2 pirate cards. And you know what? Maybe they don't touch this card at all. Maybe this card's like a piece of shit. Yeah, fuck this card. So pirate, grunt, and either change the quest reward or buff another pirate. With these nerfs and buffs and redesign and bans, we'll have to see. Obviously it comes out early next week, so we're thinking Tuesday. But yeah, a lot of cards. So we have like, what is it? 12 cards being buffed or nerfed and then 1 redesign. So that's 13 cards in total. That's a lot of cards. That could shake up the meta for good. So yeah, this should be interesting. I'm excited to play standard when these things hit, and should be good. Should be good.